Thank you for joining me again as we continue to consider treasures in heaven from Matthew 6:19 through 21. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth where moth and rust consume and where thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust consume nor thieves break in and steal. For where your treasure is, your heart will be there also. So far we have seen treasures in heaven can be tangible or intangible, money or time or talents. To store our treasures in heaven, they are to be used for the common good. And we found that each of us has something to give for the common good. Remember the gifts of the Spirit and the widow's mite? We all have something we can give. This seemed important to the Apostle Paul in his charge to Timothy at the church of Ephesus, recorded in 1 Timothy 6:17 through 19. As for those who in the present age are rich, command them not to be haughty or to set their hopes on the uncertainty of riches, but rather on God who richly provides us with everything for our enjoyment. They are to do good, be rich in good works, generous, ready to share, and thus storing up for themselves the treasure of a good foundation for the future, so that they may take hold of life that is really life. Also from Paul in 2 Corinthians 9, you might remember this, each of you must give as you have made up your mind, not reluctantly or under compulsion. For God loves a cheerful giver, and you will be enriched in every way for your generosity, which produces thanksgiving to God through us. We store up treasures in heaven by giving from the heart, not begrudgingly or reluctantly, but because our hearts and treasures are in the same place. Remember, what we have and what we are gifts from God, and to be given generously. From James 1:17 through 27. Every generous act of giving with every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change. In fulfillment of his own promise, he gave us birth by the word of truth, so that we may become a kind of first fruits of his treasures, of his creatures. There's a movement from the Old Testament to the New Testament. In the Old Testament, believers honored God by offering burnt offerings through priests. For New Testament believers, us, we honor God by giving to the common good, to God's people. Look for opportunities to give our tangible and intangible treasures. They are offered, and they will continue to be offered if we seek them. Be blessed.